Hello YouTube, this is Russian Torts here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to transport your tortoise in the winter and in the summer. So we'll start off with the easier one, which is obviously transporting your tortoise in the summer. And to do that you're going to need one cardboard shoebox, newspaper, and that's it. So just these two items over here. You're going to want to put a layer of newspaper at the bottom of your shoebox. So just put that in there. I'm not going to do that right now. It's going to be really loud and obnoxious on the camera. But you want to put a layer of newspaper on the bottom of your shoebox so that in case your tortoise takes a leak while you're transporting it, you can still use the shoebox again to transport it. So that's why the layer of newspaper is important. If you have an abundant amount of shoeboxes but you don't have any newspaper, you can just use one shoebox as well, but I'd take an extra shoebox to wherever you're going, because chances are your tortoise is gonna poop or pee in the box because they're very afraid when you transport them. So that's all you need to do in the summertime, is have a shoebox, put the newspaper in there, and then put the tortoise in there. In the winter time it gets a bit more complicated, because in the winter it gets cold. So what you want to do is you want to still do the shoebox and the newspaper. So we're going to assume that I'm going to do this now. So shoebox and newspaper right there. You want to put your tortoise in there and close it. You want to get one of these cold warm packs. You can put them either in the freezer to make them cold or in boiling water to make them warm. So in the case of in the winter, you'd put this in boiling water and make it hot. You put it underneath your shoebox. So you put your shoebox on top of it because heat rises, right? And then you put all of this inside a cloth bag, and it's important that's a cloth bag and not a plastic bag, so that your tortoise can still breathe. So you put that whole attraction inside of this bag. So we're going to assume that I put it inside the bag right there. Obviously do it neatly and everything, not like me with one hand in this video. And that is how you transport your tortoise in the winter, because the heat thing at the bottom keeps the tortoise warm. The cloth keeps the heat in of the bag, and it still allows the tortoise to breathe. So really it's quite simple to transport your tortoise. This is when you're traveling somewhere by car, for example, or you gotta carry your tortoise somewhere in the winter, because the heat press, it's not gonna last for very long, but from your house to the car until the car's warmed up, then it's gonna last. Once the car's warmed up though, I'd remove the heat press, because you don't want your tortoise to overheat in the tiny box there. On an airplane, I've flown from Germany to Canada with my tortoise on an airplane, and that's really quite difficult to do, because you can't put it in a bag like that and give it to the airport people and be like, yeah, put that in the airplane, because it's gonna get lost. So what I did, my tortoise was smaller at the time. She was smaller, so she actually fit in this. Now I'd get a cat carrier. I got this little carrier for her and laid it out with newspaper, put her in there, and they if you tell them to heat the bottom compartment of the airplane because you have an animal in there, they will do that. So it will be warm in there. And just make sure that the compartment that you put your tortoise in, if you go on an airplane flight, is just big enough for your tortoise to fit in there. It's going to be uncomfortable for your tortoise not to be able to move for 8 hours, but it's a lot safer, because if you hit turbulences, the tortoise might break some limbs getting flung around in the cage. So you want the tortoise to fit in there snugly so that it doesn't get flung around. So yeah, that's how you transport a tortoise in the winter, in the summer, and on a plane. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.